It's difficult to call this a story. Not a good story, just a story. Because a story needs to have a plot, and world building, and character development. This show barely has any of these. And this episode is the worst one in that regard. I'll play my reaction for you in a minute, but it's baffling. Almost nothing happened in this episode. Nothing advanced the plot. We got one little glimmer of character development, by which I mean one character seemed to go closer to the dark side for no reason whatsoever. And there's no building of the world. It's barely a story. It's just people on a screen talking with dialogue that sounds like it might be them discussing what could happen if they were to tell a story. But here, enjoy my misery. Osha has the tattoo that May doesn't have. Now I can buy that Apothecary Man doesn't notice that, since May looked like she usually wore sleeves most of the time. What's harder to swallow is that apparently Soul isn't going to notice the new forehead tattoo, the spiral one on May that Osha doesn't have, and vice versa for Apothecary Man. I thought we were going to get a flashback episode this time. Guess I was wrong. Maybe it isn't coming, there are only 2 episodes left. Well, then my new prediction is that this episode isn't going to accomplish anything. Bold, I know. They really had to tell us it's an unknown planet, guys. Because if we didn't know it's an unknown planet, we just wouldn't know the planet, which would make it unknown.
There's been a...
Yeah, you gotta tell them about the Sith.
My whole team is dead.
You need to tell them who killed your team. This is the most important information you will ever have as a Jedi.
There is a much larger threat than we anticipated.
When you were walking through the forest, you were going to turn yourself into the Jedi. Then you proceeded to not, even as they fought to protect you, and now you're back to wanting to kill them? I don't care what you do, just pick a lane and stay there. Also, Soul seriously can't tell it's not Osha. I hope he's thinking about how Jecki and Yor died while he literally just stood there and watched, because the camera wasn't on him, so he was put on pause. I can't believe this beaver is going to be the one who figures out it's May and not the Jedi Master that actually knows Osha. What? Oh. Okay. I guess this is happening. We need Jecki to tell him to put his clothes on. You really think you're going to be able to beat him? He took down like 7 Jedi last episode.
Don't move.
Feels good.
Oh, so he does know it's Osha. It's just Soul that's an idiot.
Your stance is good. You should keep your other elbow up higher.
What other elbow? You didn't specify a first elbow.
I'm wondering if it's honorable to kill me like this.
Thank you again for telling me what the characters are thinking, because the actors can't get it across with, you know,
A few hours later, it's
acting.
a special relationship, isn't it? Master.
Why hasn't she ignited the lightsaber at all? Serious question.
You saved us, Osha. You saved me.
Wait, she saved you?
He pushed me to a place
So wait, she saved you from being corrupted because what? She stopped you from killing the Sith who had just killed 7 other Jedi, including your Padawan? This is so stupid. He wasn't a defenseless victim, as shown by the fact that he killed Yord with his bare hands. This is some finale Aang level short-sighted morality here. But it would be okay for him to let the bugs that came in to kill him, right? Whatever.
Do you want to take a look?
Oh no, your ship is dead. If only you had sent the incredibly important information when you had the brief connection you did.
Apologies, Senator. I must go. But thank you for your update.
You're such a bad actress.
You speak as if you were a Jedi.
I was. A long time ago.
I've never heard of you.
You don't even know his name or who he is. How would you know if you've heard of him?
And his strength in the Force is very powerful.
You think That's his strength. That's your strength in the Force, Osha.
What? How do you mistake your strength in the Force for someone else's? Yeah! Get her, Basil! Get her! Yes! Yes! New favorite character.
What if I reset you to factory settings? Hmm?
Resetting a droid in the Star Wars universe to factory settings is done in the same way you turn off an iPhone. Oh, these writers don't have one creative bone in their bodies.
Below the surface of consciousness are powerful emotions. Anger, fear, loss.
Why are only negative emotions powerful? You can't use like happiness? Also, you haven't shown any emotions. You are the most level character in this show.
Semantics. I killed those who threatened my existence.
They only threaten your existence because you kill them and had your little student kill them.
Crime you didn't commit.
Do I have to put the Louis C.K. line on again?
Turn it on.
A Jedi doesn't attack the unarmed.
Well, you're not a Jedi, and that's dumb. He has the Force, he's always armed.
You get nauseous when you travel through hyperspace?
I don't get sick.
Is that what the show considers characterization?
But Master, I'm sure that
I think it is. That's pathetic.
Yes. He's okay now.
I noticed the way you take care of him, talk to him, love him.
Love him. It's a tiny robot. How is this the conversation you're having? And how is the only thing the show even thinks it's shown Osha caring about a freaking robot?
Have you told me everything that happened on Brentalk?
You are very young.
Is Soul about to confess to the wrongs? Oh my gosh, we're delaying this again.
My name is...
Oh, thank you, Soul. Took you long enough. Basil had figured it out. Oh, Basil, did Basil tell him? Oh my gosh.
Master Soul, the rescue team is on their way. Leave your transponder on.
No, you need to tell them about the Sith immediately. Why are you so bad at this? Are you serious? They arrived immediately afterwards and in the exact... The timing in this show, man, is impeccable. That mask. The more I look at it, the worse it gets.
Where'd you get that scar?
How do you think I got it?
Looks like
All right.
stabbed you in the back.
I no longer like him. Stop answering questions with questions. Just talk normal. In a normal, not super dark and dramatic voice. Please.
Cortosis. Handy against lightsabers.
So apparently cortosis is a thing in the extended universe. Now I've made a video on how it's inexcusable to require your audience to consume content from a whole other form of media to understand your show. But this needs to be explained before we see it turning off lightsabers. That's how introducing new powers works. And also, I talked over it, but he didn't even explain that part of it. He just said it's handy against lightsabers and that it's a sensory deprivation helmet. How does it turn off lightsabers? Do we get anything, please? Or do I have to read 6 graphic novels from Disney? Oh great, more of the worst Force ability ever. It's just such a plot device, that's all. Maybe a lightsaber whip would be cool in a better show, but I doubt it. It's just so impractical compared to a regular saber. Like so much slower and cumbersome. No way you're blocking blasters with it.
Master Soul was responsible.
That is quite the accusation.
Well, he wasn't making it.
Who else would possess the power to slay such a strong group?
He actually was. Then why'd he phrase it like that? It sounded like he thought Vanestra thought Soul had fallen.
I have no intention of harming you, May.
And let me go.
I will.
You literally tried to kill him. More than once. You were about to kill him on the ship. she gonna wear the cortisol helmet? Is she gonna break bad? Oh. Well, I guess it's over. Wow. There have been some pointless episodes in the history of Disney Star Wars TV shows, but that one might just take the cake. Nothing happened. Soul figured out May was pretending to be Osha way later than he should have, but they're literally still on his ship. Soul says May is gonna take him to her master so he can save Osha, but he jumped to hyperspace before he confronted her, so where are they going? I figured back to Coruscant, but I have a feeling next episode they're just gonna be exiting hyperspace at Unknown Planet. I like the idea that's the actual name of the planet. So nothing was accomplished there. They're not even heading to the right place. Osha is seemingly warming to the dark side because Sith venom made her upset. And she's like, maybe not so bad to be bad. Like, that's it. I actually forgot about that little scene because it was so undeserved. I figured first that she picked up the helmet to put it on because she was just bored. Or maybe it's rapid onset Stockholm syndrome. And then Venestra and the dumb male Jedi went to the planet, figured out nothing, dumb male Jedi suggested maybe Soul killed everyone, and then they left with absolutely no plan as to where they're going next. All it was for was to show off Venestra's saber whip, which she used to get a no-look kill on a bug. I love it. The Jedi won't kill Siths that cut down Jedi like they're trees that defy gravity when they fall, but they can slice an unarmed animal in half without even turning to acknowledge it. Seems like a logically consistent code based on repeatable ethical principles. These shows, man. I think Ahsoka was still worse in this regard of accomplishing nothing, but just nothing happens in them. We don't get anything about the Jedi Council, nothing about anything. Nothing happens in far too many of these shows, and even when something does happen, like Jecki and Yord dying, I actually can't tell you how that changes anything, because those characters were nothing burgers from the start. All I can say that's positive about it is that it's over. 2 more to go. Then I will have made good on my promise for the 100 people who are watching each of these.